You know those barriers where they hold the fans in?
Yeah.
It fell down.
It fell down.
In front of
the
Merab.
cameraman ate shit. And then on top of that, the lady walking out, security hits him right in the fucking face.
Oh,
you see that?
no.
She goes like this. Shit him right in the face.
Oh, my God.
You're fired.
Here's a little bit of it here.
The cameraman, boom.
The crowd fell into the walkout. They must have been leaning against the rail.
That would have been crazy if
Hey,
he got hurt during that.
beef up those rails?
I mean, this is the UFC, the biggest combat.
But you know those that's where the fight New Jersey. So that's where the New Jersey Devils play. You know those people aren't leaning over the rails for that shit.
I don't know. It just seems like it shouldn't be happening at all. But
This guy goes, bro. Imagine if Merab got hurt
yeah,
and he got straight up hit in the face.
look how. Bam.
At least it's not far, you know.
Yeah, that wasn't
If they
too
would have
bad.
fell on top, it would have been a huge issue. But they didn't have far to go.
This one was the coolest though, Mike Malott. I'll play it because this is a big fall, and he's just like, whatever.
You locked
Good to
in,
go.
dog.
Yeah,
Locked in.
but that is wild that still happens. Okay, no, I can't play that. Okay, so Jon Jones has been on social media a lot lately.
Oh, this is going in a bad direction.
So this is what he posted. This is what he wrote down.
So this is Johnny Meat, Johnny Bones. Love the name. I spoke to the UFC a long time ago about what my future plans were. I haven't really worked out since my last fight in New York City. Okay, that's good. Honestly, I believe it's been in the UFC's best interest to keep presenting me as the company's champion, not Tom. I disagree. I've just been playing the role of company man by doing nothing at all and holding the position. Truthfully, it's been incredibly lucrative. I've made more money off Tom being the interim champ than Tom himself. Yeah. It sucks to see the rest of the division get slowed down like this, but that has nothing to do with me. I don't pull the strings.
And then he finished it off here.
And remember, you can't strip a guy like me at this point. I gave the belt up freely.
And then I had to look this up.
What's that mean?
Right
Finish?
here. I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yeah.
Veni, vidi, vici.
And then Dana, too, they asked him, he's like, oh, he said that? He's like, all right, well. So this is Dana said he has been paying attention to it, which I believe him. Busy dude dealing with that boxing drama. He said he's ready to vacate the belt. That's fucking crazy. I've been busy. I haven't been keeping up with the gossip. He either came back today or has come back today from Thailand. We're getting home tonight. Tuesday we'll get this figured out. Listen, if the guy wants to retire and doesn't want to fight, there's nothing you can do. I didn't want Khabib to retire and thought Dana DC should have stayed longer, so it's none of my business. I'll do what I can to make the fight. If he's talking that crazy shit, I didn't realize that. John has been John since he walked through the door here.
Yeah. And then he finishes off right here.
I've been going through this since the day he started here. I've been saying since the beginning, Jon Jones agreed to do the fight. Jon Jones was offered the deal and accepted the deal. John agreed to fight Tom. Yeah, he told us he agreed to the fight. According to Ariel Helwani, who's pretty legit, said the UFC offered him the amount of money that he wanted, and John still turned it down. So you're kind of getting a Conor McGregor thing here where these guys, they like the attention, they like the narrative of people talking about him, and it's lucrative for John. But unfortunately, I don't think John's going to fight, especially when he's like, I'll fight Francis. Like, buddy, what the fuck? You know, it's red tape we got to cut through. That you're not going to fight for another 2 years. No one gives a fuck. What do you, Francis, you could have fought him when he was here. So that's a whole nother narrative where it's like, fuck, dude.
So yeah, with the Francis thing, I guess Eric Nixick, who's Francis' coach, he said that there was potential that Francis could return to the UFC, and then this is how John responded.
I'm hearing Francis Ngannou is still interested. Now we're talking. That's a real super fight. A Clash of Champions is not just hype. He held the UFC belt. I've defended mine for over a decade. Two kings from different roads, not just one legend facing a mouth that's hot right now, but the two real legacies colliding. That's the kind of fight that actually adds something special to my story, at least from my point of view. Now, I agree with John here. And this would be great if Francis was actually going to come back.
Yeah.
But he's not coming back. So all this does is change the narrative for John and delay things, but keeps him in the news. He just doesn't want to fight, man. He doesn't want to fight. He goes, you clowns thinking Francis would be that much easier because of the ground game? Tom has no ground game either. English. In English, black belt is like getting a participation ribbon. Yeah, they're not known for their high-level grapplers. Like, you know, there's that.
Yeah. And then Dana just said this very simply. when it comes to Francis coming to the UFC?
Oh, buddy, I've been fought for the UFC, covered the UFC. If there's one thing we know is Dana in general holds grudges to the day he dies. If you think Francis has any fucking shot of coming back to the UFC anytime soon and fighting Jon like this year, oh, buddy, I got oceanfront property in Nebraska to sell you. That ain't happening. All this does is delay the narrative of Jon fighting. It's a complete waste of time. It's fun for the gossip. It's fun for the Real Housewives of the UFC. This isn't a fucking chance of happening. This isn't real. Him talking about Tom. Now, PFL goes under. He's a free agent. We'll see. But you got to realize Francis made all this money doing boxing. He still can make more money doing boxing. So there's that whole game. Bud, if this is what we're doing and this is what Jon wants, he ain't fighting.
It's kind of like the Connor thing, right?
It's the Connor thing.
Yeah.
Just honey dicking us.
So, in your opinion, you were heavyweight as well. Since Francis was the lineal heavyweight champion, would you consider him fighting Jon Jones and beating, and Jon Jones beating Francis versus beating Tom? Who do you think
Francis.
is the biggest?
Francis.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, Francis. Yeah.
Which fight would you want to see more?
Francis.
Though? Okay.
Unfortunately, it's dude, and it sucks. It's not his fault. Again, it's during the time of his reign. There's no other contenders. There's no big names.
Yeah.
Jon Jones decided to come to heavyweight. Now he doesn't really want to fight. It holds up the division. It's just bad timing for Tom. It's any other time he'd be facing these top name guys. If he fought when I fought, you had Travis Brown, you had fucking Verdum, you had Kane, you had Brock, you had Gonzaga, JDS, Stipe, Shane Carwin. These fucking huge names, Bigfoot Silva, Josh Barnett. I can go on.
Derek Lewis.
Pro Cop, Derek Lewis. You had these fucking who's who, man.
Yeah.
Stefan Struve. Just monsters, dude. Big Nog. Monsters. Roy Nelson.
Big
Monsters. All top 1 through 15 superstars. So Tom could be fighting those guys, building his name, building a star. Unfortunately, he was born in a later date and got involved in the game a little later. And now it's a fucking cemetery of deadbeat fat guys that nobody wants to watch fight. And he's like, dude, I'm just as good. We're like, yeah, I guess. It just sucks because Tom's so talented. He was just born in the wrong era. There's no stars. There's no one for him to fight. So Jon has him by the balls. And the UFC's letting Jon run the asylum. And you have who? Let's say Jon comes out tomorrow and is like, you know what? Talk to Dana. It's probably best for the organization if I just dip out. Okay, here's Cyril Gahn. We've been over this. Here's Cyril Gahn. Okay, who the fuck is after that? Pavlovich, you beat. Chris Blades, you beat. Almeida probably should be fighting at 205. Only does jiu-jitsu. You beat. Tiberia, you're selling 5 pay-per-views. Tai Tuivasa, fun fighter, but you know. God, heavyweight's bad. It's so bad. Unfortunately for Tom, it's so fucking bad. And there's nothing anybody can do. Nobody's been more railroaded by their career than Tom Aspinall. It sucks, dude.
At the peak,
He's a
too.
good dude. Great competitor. Great heavyweight. Checks all the boxes. He's just born at the wrong fucking time. There's nothing we can do. That's what it is. Sucks for him. Sucks to be him.
Yeah. If you could have your own way, though, would you want to see Jon versus Tom first or versus
Francis?
Francis first, and then whoever wins. Okay.
Francis. Or just to discipline Jon for holding up the division. If Francis does sign with the UFC, it could happen. Crazy shit happens. He bends the knee, and he comes over. You do Tom Francis. Winner of that fights Jon.
Oh, gotcha.
You let Tom fight Francis. That's what I would do.